So I was watching the news today, and it struck me. It reminded me that there's been that shooting in Arizona. And when I originally heard about that shooting in Arizona, it really didn't come as a surprise or a shock to me that someone had quote unquote gone crazy and decided to shoot up a grocery store or shoot up outside of a grocery store. But what really bothered me was the fact that they all talked about it as this epic tragedy about how many people died and 12 people got injured, but nobody was really talking about who this affects or who gets hurt by everything that goes on when lives are taken so senselessly. And I think that's what really bothers me most about news stories where there's a massive amount of violence is that nobody seems to really take into account the value of not the lives of the victims, but their own personal lives. This could have happened to any one of us. And it seems like now, in today's society, we just expect it. We expect these bad things to happen. We expect there to be random acts of violence that don't make sense that we don't have answers to. We can't challenge our government to say, put these people away before they do something rash, because oftentimes we don't have enough information to go on that they're going to do something rash. And I think it's just upsetting to me because I think about the fact that these victims are someone's mother, someone's father, someone's brother, someone's sister. And while their names are flashed all over the news in a parade of media driven sadness and our own internal sadness, everybody just moves on with their lives after a few days like nothing happened. The only time where that really hasn't happened is on major scale events like 9/11 or Hurricane Katrina. And on 9/11, I think we all just felt numb because we didn't really feel like we could get attacked by terrorists. And we didn't know why we were attacked by a terrorist. For Hurricane Katrina, it was the sense of an injustice that these people in New Orleans hadn't been rescued sooner. And for this, it was just felt like it was a senseless crime. And I don't understand why all these horrible acts of violence just get categorized between big giant events and small events that people just walk away from or turn their backs from. At the end of the day, the people who were most affected by the shooting, the families, the friends, they still have to wake up in the morning and live with it every day. Meanwhile, since it didn't affect us, we get to just move on. And I'm saying I'm tired of this country just moving on from tragedies, big or small, because it's over, it's done with. It can't be talked about anymore. But where's that sense of relief or ability to be numb from it for the victims' families? They still have to deal with this loss every single day. And I think that's something that our country doesn't realize. I think we waste time being so divided by the fact that we're Republicans or we're Democrats that we don't take time to think about just us as regular old fashioned human beings and how we can contribute and give to society. I'm not saying you need to donate half your paycheck to the relief fund or the victims fund for the Arizona victims. I'm not saying go out and do that. I'm just saying do something. Send an anonymous letter. Do anything that will show that you care for these people who senselessly lost their lives in this random act of violence. I really think that it's important for us to stand united as a country. We were founded on this freedom belief system and on this ability to just care about any human being that crossed our paths. And as this country has aged, we've lost our ability to be as caring and to be as wise, and understanding as we used to be. I understand that those were simpler times then, and that in today's society everything is moving so fast that you don't have time to stop. But I'm not accepting that as an excuse. I feel very, very sorry, sad, and sullen for the people who lost family members and friends in this tragedy. And I think I would feel a little bit better about the world if there were random acts of kindness where people would just show their appreciation for who these victims were. I mean, for crying out loud, there was a 9-year-old girl who lost her life in the shooting. How must the parents feel? How must the community who has known that little girl feel since they've lost that unique individual who really didn't have the opportunity to live out the full beauty of what her life could have been? Just think about that. Think and reflect on that. And then tell me what you would like to do in response to the recent tragedy that has befallen the people of Arizona. Thanks.